Okay, I-Chaplaincy differs from the others that we've heard about today in that we are definitely not community online. I don't want to get into chaplaincy, but we work on a chaplaincy model, so it's very much one-to-one conversation. I'm actually from Nottingham City Centre. Nottingham City Centre has its own team of workplace chaplains. That real people go out into real workplaces and talk to people, and the I-Chaplaincy project has evolved from that. The chaplains they go into places like, I shouldn't perhaps not mention the actual company names, but large companies sit in front of screens all day long, and so opportunities for face-to-face contact were lessening. And the chaplains were being asked more and more for email conversations. So this idea of doing chaplaincy online was born. So 3 years ago, the Mission Development Fund funded the project to see whether there was indeed a need for chaplaincy online. Without blowing my own trumpet, we've proved that there is a need for it. It does work, and people have access to come to talk to me. Basically, we advertise ourselves through company intranets, so part of my job is to actually go into companies within Nottingham and sell the concept of I-Chaplaincy. Some companies, that doesn't work on the intranet because they've limited the amount of time people can spend on the internet at work, so we've had to go back to the conventional methods of advertising, posters and newsletters, but other companies will advertise us on the intranet. Some people do access us from work, and obviously we can tell that because it says at whichever solicitors or whichever credit card company come through to us. Some people take the address and go home and say, we've seen this advertised at work, but I want to remain anonymous, so I'm emailing you from home. So that's the client base, that's who we're sort of focused, our focus is on. Obviously, because we're on the internet, we are approached from people all over the country, and I don't write back to them and say, oh, sorry, you don't live in Nottingham, I won't talk to you. We answer emails from all over the place. The website, you have to go and have a quick look at the website, but it does exactly what it says, but it's ichaplaincy.org.uk, it's quite straightforward. And it does say that we're for UK-based people. So we've tried to sort of bat away those people that might want to come to us from America or wherever. We have had 1 or 2 people from America, and I have, of course, answered the emails. I wouldn't not do that. Let's just see where we're going. Yeah, so interestingly, the key to why it works is the anonymity. That's why people come on there, and some use their name, some don't use their name. There's no requirement to do that. And going back to some of the conversations we were having earlier, anonymity allows people to come on with a huge issue. Ask, tell me what that issue is, have a bit of a conversation about it, and go away again, having shared something deeply personal, and knowing that I don't know them, they don't know, well, they know a little bit about me, but we don't know each other. We're not going to bump into each other in the street, and even if I did, I wouldn't know who it was. And that's what attracts them in. So that anonymity is actually very, very, well, this is the key to I-Chaplaincy. And again, we haven't got the time to sort of give you examples of the kinds of issues that people come through, but I'm sure you can imagine those for yourself. We always reply to emails within 48 hours. That's the time limit we give, but actually we reply much quicker than that, much faster than that. What I'm not going to do is answer questions about numbers. I'm always asked, how many emails do you answer? Because I could give you a figure, I could say 1,000, and that would mean absolutely nothing, because actually you've got to look at the statistics of the companies where we advertise to see how that relates to those sorts of statistics. So without looking at the big package, it would be useless me giving you a figure just out of the blue like that. Yeah, we're often asked the question about passing people on. Do people just come to us? Because most of the emails do have a faith element. So perhaps we get quite a few people coming saying, I've never been to church, would like to know a little bit more, but I haven't got a clue how to access it. I wouldn't dare walk through the doors. Can you help me? So we do help them, and we do try and connect people up with real people. So part of my job is actually to make lots of phone calls to try and find a friendly person in a safe environment for them to meet and actually, you know, to walk through the doors of a church. Or I pass a lot of people on to spiritual directors. When the conversation goes so far with me, and then they feel then comfortable, and they realise that they're not being stupid, because that's usually the opening line. I know you're going to think I'm stupid, but they realise actually they're not asking stupid questions, they're asking very, very valid questions. But we need to move them on to having that face-to-face conversation with somebody. So a huge number of them are passed on that way. I will just say a little bit about evaluation as well. We've had a professor of multimedia technology come and evaluate the I-Chaplaincy project. She's done a very brief evaluation of it, which was very positive for us, which we were obviously very pleased about. She's gone away now to do a much longer piece of research on that. Not quite sure how that's going at the moment, but we'll see. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, I know that leaves a load of questions, and I'm very happy to, you know, answer any questions at any time. The one thing I will say, though, is a bit of a plug, is that the funding runs out for I-Chaplaincy at the end of August, like so many other things. So it'll run until the end of the year, and then it will finish unless we get some funding. So if anyone's got any good ideas, I'd be really, really grateful to hear about them.